Now, I know y'all have heard of a Philly cheesesteak, but why go all the way to Philadelphia when you can just come right by the wagon and get you a Cowboy chuck wagon cheesesteak? Whoo, it is so good, you're gonna want some of this one. Hey folks, welcome to some Cowboy cooking, and my name is Kent Rollins, and whoo, do we have a treat in for y'all today. You've all heard of the Philly cheesesteak sandwich, but have you ever heard of the Cowboy chuck wagon cheesesteak sandwich? Whew, the people in Philadelphia will be coming down here to get a bite of this, I promise. But the star to me really is where me and Shan differ. It is the meat for me, it is the cheese for her. Now, I like to use a skirt steak, but traditionally it was either with a really thin ribeye or a New York strip, but you can use any kind of beef you want. Now today I'm starting out with a piece of certified Angus beef, all natural skirt steak. And you can see that this feller will make a lot of sandwiches. But for this recipe, Shan's got her cut down there to where you're going to make about 6 sandwiches. And I'd say start with 2.5 to 3 pounds of meat, because a lot of folks are going to give you a 6 to 8 ounce serving. This is a cheaper cut of meat. So I like to use it to utilize them things that's maybe in the market there that you can get that ain't going to cost you as much as a ribeye or a New York strip or something like that. Skirt, flank, either one of them will work for this. It's not just for fajita meat anymore. This thing will do you right. I took this about 4 hours ago, put me some lime juice on it, rubbed it in really well all over it, meat tenderizer, and then a Red River Ranch Mesquite seasoning. Let it set in the icebox about 4 hours. Brought it out here at Old Bertha. We have got us a fire today of 100% pure, all natural mesquite wood. We're going to oil it really good, clean it up just a little, throw it and the vegetables all on at the same time. Because folks, we ain't going to cook this long. I ain't going to overcook it. That's when you get a dry, tough piece of meat. Let's get a little onion peeling action going here. And remember them knife skills I taught you. The only one I got, don't cut yourself. So I'm just going to slice these in chunks about like so, because all this stuff is going to get diced back up after it gets back over here. So we're just going to slice them peppers to where we can get them a good char and some good smoke on them. Cut them seeds out. So we got us 1 red bell pepper and 1 green bell pepper. Well, we got her greased and we got her hot. First participant on the fire, a little piece of skirt steak. Then we're going to get our onions back on here, our peppers, and we're going to try to get this where it's in Christmas color order here, where everybody looks like they're playing their part. Well folks, we've been on about 2 or 3 minutes. Can you see me for the smoke? Here I'm trying to hide. Sing that song for me, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, because it's always in mine. Let's just take a gander and roll the curtain back there a little. We ain't plumb just right where I want to be just yet. I want a little char on there. That piece right there will be minding the beads. It fell off. But let's check these veggies. You can see they're just minding their own business. I want them to get a little softness and a little char to them. That and the onion both. Since them are pretty big, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. Alright folks, when you're doing some skirt, some flank, anything that's got a really coarse stringy muscle to it like that and it's pretty thin, you can dry that out so quick if you overcook it. And I always like to marinate this meat, like I told you, with our seasoning, a little lime juice, and some of that other, because that's going to help seal in some of that moisture that we're going to keep. Trying to see me a little char going on, and it is about there. So, whoo-wee, that is what you call a pretty piece of meat. See, if you accidentally, what you did like I did, and cut these onions a little big, it's like a playing deck of cards. You can just sort of peel them off there. When you're cooking them peppers or anything that's got a little crown to it, take them rascals and give them a little mashing on there. It ain't like a piece of meat. We ain't running the juice out of it. And that way they'll cook a little quicker. And getting a little char on them. It won't be long before we can take that there skirt off of there. Hot? Yes, my hand is hot. That's why I'm turning fast. Ooh. There's another bite for me and the beeg. You can see we getting us some blistering going on them peppers, and that's what I'm after. And folks, you notice that I got my little skillet over there today. It's my old trusty 20-inch that I've had forever. Before we go any further into this recipe, the people trust you, and I need to make sure that this is good, okay? So you let me know, but don't take it yet, okay? Don't do it yet. I don't know if y'all can see how close that is to his nose, but it is close. And oh, don't it smell good. You go ahead, buddy. You're a good buddy dog. Say, this is Cowboy breaking news, but really I just want to tell you we got some rain, so you may see a few water droplets on the camera lens that we didn't clean off, but also folks, there's a really loud locust. I'm talking loud in the background. You will hear him, I promise you, but it's Mother Nature's kitchen, so we dealt with it and we know y'all can too. Now to return you to your regular scheduling progressor. So first I want to get these vegetables out here. And I'm going to chop them up, folks. Got my old hash knife sharpened. My good friend Tom makes them handmade in the USA. They are fine rascals, choppers, dicers, scrapers, flippers, flapulas, spatulas, whatever you got to have them to be. You ever watch that old commercial or see that guy that was a comedian? I think his name was something Gallagher, and he had a sledge-o-matic, and he'd hit watermelons and stuff like that and bust them in the crowd. Hash knife-o-matic, cowboy style. Now I'm going to put these right over here in this bowl so they won't be in the way while we get that steak chopped up. Now this started out as about nearly 5 pounds worth of flank. And we're probably, as you cook, you shrink a little. You're probably about good still 4 pounds. Now I'm just going to cut this right in half here. We're always going to slice against the grain with this type of meat. You know, folks, I like to start them all out in a strip. Then we'll bunch these rascals back up and we'll just go to chop, 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 chopping. You know what's happening now? We're going to put this all right back in here together. Well, you can see there was a little bit of that meat juice left in there after everything got to set and rest. To that, about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And we're going to let that melt a little. Then all that meat, them onions and them peppers is going to go back in here and it's going to get some love. Now after this butter gets to simmering and melting a little, I'm going to pull it back over here on the cool side of the grill because I'm not wanting to cook this really anymore. I'm just wanting to incorporate all them flavors together and let it get good and hot. Well, while we're letting that simmer, let there and just all that flavor get together, I have melted me 2 tablespoons of butter. And if you got a saucepan, you can use it, but today I'm using this. I have 4 tablespoons of flour. And we're going to mix all that together. Watch this shot because it's going to be good. Right on the money. And we're going to do 2 cups of milk. Bring this to a simmer and let it thicken just a little. Stirring occasionally. We don't want it to burn. So folks, we got that thickened up just to where it's a little thicker than a cream. Got it all good and stirred up there. And we just buy the deli slices of provolone. 8 ounces we got here. And I just like to chunk it up, and we'll just put it in there and stir a little as we go, because we just want it to all blend in there really well. So folks, we have stirred it until it's smooth and all the cheese is melted. Still just a little thick for what I'm after, because I want to be able to pour it. What happened?
My cord is... Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to add a little milk slowly to this till we get it the consistency that it will just pour out of there just a tad so we can run it right over all them steak. So let me get a little of this cow juice. Probably about going to put about 2 tablespoons in there to start with. We're going to stir it till it all warms back up and is good and smooth. So we have got it to where it will pour. But remember, this is not Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. This is Cowboy chuck wagon cheesesteak sandwiches, and we're going to kick it up about 14 notches. What you got here? Some of Bubby's horseradish. Yep. We're going to put a tablespoon in there. And I do like me some horseradish, so we'll call that an even up, mounded, maybe a little even more. Dump her right in there. Folks, y'all know me. I'm going to go about a half again, because me and the beagle like our food to bite back just a tad. Wait, but the last thing we got to do, we got to get them hoagies. Generously slide some butter around after we fold them there in half, put them over that grill, and just let them get good and toasty, and then we're going to put them together. And when we're going to do that? Right now. First, folks, I like to pour a little cheese on mine to start with. That's what I'm talking about. Me and Justin Wilson, I guarantee you that right there is going to be good. This a good little stirring up here. Looky there. That's what you call a serving. Lay it right in here. One more time. We're going to put some more cheese on it. That horseradish, I can smell it through there. Folks, I like it all, but the thing that sort of kicks it over the top, I mean slings your boot right over the top of the fence, that is that horseradish sauce. Mix back in that provolone cheese. That stuff is good. You get that bread toasted, it's got that little crunch there nice on the inside and that cheesy goodness. For you folks in Philadelphia, I ain't never been there. One day I'm going to come and visit, because sure, y'all a friendly city, but oh, me and Shannon the Beagle, we is friendly, and we got Cowboy cheesesteak sandwiches down here with lots of cheese and lots of horseradish. Hope you enjoyed our version of the Philly cheesesteak sandwich Cowboy style, because me and the Beagle and Shannon going to enjoy these. Remember now, folks, if you're anywhere around the vicinity of Branson, Missouri through the month of October, come to Silver Dollar City and see me and Shannon the Beagle, because we'll be cooking there Wednesday through Sunday. And ooh, how we would love to see you, visit with you, pour you a cup of coffee, share the food and the videos with your neighbor. That means a lot to us, and we don't take it for granted that y'all watch it. Me and Shannon appreciate it. Thank you to all those folks who keep an Old Glory above this wagon, flying safe and free. God bless you each and every one. See y'all down the Cowboy Philly cheesesteak road.